And good afternoon, Western Mass. First Alert Meteorologist Don Maher here. Just wanted to give you an update on the very latest on Hurricane Lee and what the impacts, or should I say the lack of impacts, are going to be for us here in Western Mass as we head on into the weekend. If you have outdoor plans this weekend, certainly would not cancel them, as it looked like impacts for us here in Western Mass are basically just going to be some rather breezy conditions as we head through tonight and as we head on into the day on Saturday. But as we take a look at our MGM sky cam, you can see we do have some clouds out there this afternoon that are mixing with the sunshine. Still some blue sky and a little bit of filtered sunshine out there, and these clouds are outer bands or outer cloud bands from Hurricane Lee, and this is probably going to be the extent of our effects as we head through the next 24 hours or so, as we're not expecting really any precipitation from this system, but we are expecting to see some rather breezy conditions. In fact, taking a look at the tropical satellite, you can easily see those outer cloud bands associated with Lee as Lee continues to make its way on off to the north and northeast. It continues to pick up forward speed, and it will also continue to do so as we make our way through tonight and into the day tomorrow, but certainly looking like a shell of its former self when last week it was actually a rather powerful major hurricane. The storm continuing to weaken as, of course, it continues to run into some wind shear, and it's also moving in to much cooler water. So the storm certainly will continue to weaken as we make our way through the next 24 hours. Still, though, we're talking about a Category 1 storm with maximum sustained winds of 80 miles per hour. The movement is to the north-northeast at 18 miles per hour. This is as of the 11 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. New advisory will come out at 5 p.m. this evening. Minimum central pressure, 965 millibars. So the pressure is coming up as well. Forecast track going to keep it well to the east of southern New England. Of course, the wind field is rather large with this system. It is a rather large storm system, so we are going to be seeing tropical storm force wind gusts, especially along the coastline, southeastern Mass. For us here in Western Mass, we're still looking at the potential for winds to gust up near 30 miles per hour at times as we head through tonight and into the day tomorrow, probably making landfall near Nova Scotia as we head on into tomorrow night, and then the storm continuing to weaken as it makes its way on off into the northeast. So still a Category 1 storm, and we're already seeing those wind gusts picking up along the Cape and the islands. Nantucket, a recent wind gust to 41. Chatham to 24. They've seen those wind gusts a little bit stronger earlier today. Block Island, a wind gust to 30. You come back towards Western Mass, though, you can see the winds gusting up near 20, 25 miles per hour. Hartford, a recent wind gust to 22. New Haven to 28. Here in Western Mass, we've seen sustained winds this afternoon at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it is going to continue to be a rather breezy afternoon and into the evening. But as we take a look at futurecast, you can see we do continue to see those clouds pushing in, but the rain bands really don't make it this far west. Obviously, over the Cape and the islands, going to be dealing with some rainfall overnight tonight and into the day on Saturday, maybe out toward the Boston area, seeing some light showers. But you notice those stronger wind gusts pretty much going to be confined over towards the Cape and the islands, where winds are easily going to gust over tropical storm force. There is the very slight chance that we could see a shower tomorrow morning, but you know, Futurecast is keeping us really dry as you get west of the Boston area, but it is still going to be a rather breezy day tomorrow. We still could see winds gusting up near 30 miles per hour at times, and then the storm continues to quickly lift on off to the north, so it is still going to be a rather breezy day tomorrow. A lot of clouds around. We may start to work in a little bit more sunshine as we head towards the late afternoon hours as the storm continues to pull away from southern New England. And then Sunday looks like a better day overall. I think we're going to see less in the way of cloud cover, and it's going to be a little bit warmer. Temperatures on Saturday, upper 60s, lower 70s. By Sunday, looks like temperatures may get back into the mid to upper 70s. And while we do start out with a lot of sunshine on Sunday, some clouds may tend to mix in during the afternoon ahead of our next system, which will be a cold front coming through late Sunday night and into Monday. But you look at the rainfall forecast, you notice we're really not expecting much here in Western Mass at all, other than maybe a couple of showers, maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rainfall. Boston over towards Providence and over toward the Cape of the Islands. That's where they could pick up an inch or two of rainfall before the system begins to depart. Tropical storm warnings are up for much of the Atlantic coast of New England, all the way from the Cape and the Islands up towards eastern Mass into Rhode Island, into New Hampshire, Maine, and the tropical storm warnings also to extend up towards the U.S.-Canada border. So these are where I think we're going to see those winds easily gusting over tropical storm force, winds gusting over 40 miles per hour at times. But for us here in Western Mass, We're staying mainly dry, maybe just a chance for a spot shower, and if we were to see a spot shower, I think that's probably going to be during the early morning hours tomorrow. Winds out of the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour, an occasional gust up over 30, so a very isolated power outage, not out of the question. But really, I think the impacts for us here in Western Mass from this system are going to be very, very minimal. Aside from the fact that we do have the clouds out there this afternoon, we are looking just fine. It is a bit breezy, but we are dry. Obviously, opening day of the Big E today. If you are heading down there later this afternoon or this evening, you may want to grab a light jacket, but overall, really no weather-related concerns as we head through the weekend for us here in Western Mass. You can see some of those outer rain bands from Hurricane Lee moving on off to the northwest, and I think the best chance to see the rainfall, as I mentioned, in southern New England is going to be over towards the Cape and the island. So as far as the weekend for us here, mainly cloudy on Saturday. I think a little bit more in the way of sunshine as we head towards your later Saturday afternoon. It's dry, just that slight chance for a spot shower. It is going to be rather windy, though. Those winds gusting up near 30 miles per hour, upper 60s and lower 70s. So Saturday is looking like the cooler day this weekend. Sunday, though, a bit more in the way of sunshine. Some clouds mix in during the afternoon, but still dry, breezy, warmer temperatures on Sunday in the mid to upper 70s. Don't forget the Patriots at home this weekend taking on Miami. It is the Sunday night game. If you're heading on out to Gillette, temperatures in the mid 60s at kickoff. Maybe the chance for a shower late as that next system begins to approach. That's going to be the cold front, and that's going to bring the better chance for showers in here as we head on into Monday. But overall, not looking bad for the start of the Big E. First full weekend looking pretty nice. A little cooler on Saturday and a little bit breezier. Sunday looks to be a little bit brighter, a little bit warmer as well. Still going to be a bit of a breeze on Sunday. And then Monday looks like we're going to have to watch for some showers, perhaps a thunderstorm as a cold front moves through during the first half of the day. We may begin to dry things out by later Monday afternoon. So if you're thinking of maybe heading down to the fair on Monday, probably the afternoon into the evening looks like your best bet, as that is going to be our next weather maker. It is also going to turn a little bit muggy out ahead of this front. So while dew points right now have been on the comfortable side for the last 24 hours or so, we may see those dew points creeping up just a bit as we head on into Monday. Out ahead of that front, dew points may climb into the lower 60s, and then we'll start to see those dew points coming back down once again as we head on into the day on Tuesday. And speaking of Tuesday, once we get that front out of here on Monday, really nice stretch of weather coming our way that could linger right on through next weekend. So for the first full week of the fair next week, I think we're looking at some beautiful weather coming our way. We're looking at seasonable temperatures during the daytime with highs in the lower 70s. Now we get a little bit warmer heading on into next weekend, and the nights will be cool. So if you're ever going to be spending any evenings down at the Big E, you're definitely going to want to have a jacket with you as temperatures will fall through the 50s, and some chilly nights coming our way, especially as we wake up on Wednesday morning and Thursday morning of next week. We could be starting out with temperatures in the 40s. That is a check of your forecast, everyone.